starting from number 1. Chase. Men can't survive without women, although they can be difficult to understand at times. Many factors can contribute to a woman ignoring you. If a woman develops feelings for you, she may play a game of cat and mouse to gauge your interest. Some women are naturally more aggressive than others, and this is a strategy that won't work very well because it frequently backfires and drives guys away. Number 2. Cares. A woman's love can be tested if you've done something she considers harmful to your health, especially if she cares deeply about you. As a result of their current level of irritation with you, they withdraw their support and cease communication. They will, however, visit you to have a conversation and express their concern. I'd recommend keeping these ladies. Number 3. Manipulation. If you don't talk to many women, manipulative and narcissistic women may take advantage of your attraction to them. They have a keen understanding of how males think and act, and thus, after a short conversation, they may choose to ignore you in an attempt to exert control. Playing cat and mouse usually results in a male coming around once the woman is done. If she really cared about you, she would tell you why she's ignoring you and how you might get her attention, as I mentioned previously. If she didn't like you, she wouldn't have had any contact with you. She is presumably a lady who has low self-esteem and who enjoys interacting with males in order to gauge her success in gaining influence over them. Probably because she has daddy issues and needs reassurance from males. And because she can see that you would cave into her demands if you ignore her one day and then take her out the next. You're looking like a coward and a better because of this, my friend. For the sake of your sanity, I recommend ignoring this woman permanently, refusing to give in to her demands, and moving on. Ignoring her or them in pursuit of what you want more than anything else is human nature. You're in a place where they'll have to put forth effort to win your favor, and that's exactly how you want it. Moreover, individuals place a higher value on what they have earned through hard labor than they do on what comes easily to them. I'd venture to guess that at least 80% of the population covets something they lack the resources to have. By ignoring her, you give yourself the upper hand. This surprisingly does have the desired effect. Ignoring her is the number 1 technique used by pickup artists and expert online daters. It could backfire, but in most cases, it would be beneficial. I'm willing to wager that if you're a guy, the female who hasn't texted or called you back is the one you're most interested in hearing from. Finally, by ignoring her, you put distance between yourself and her, which makes her miss you even more. I hate to be the one to admit it, but ignoring her is the best strategy. The answer to the question of how to avoid developing romantic feelings for a woman is straightforward. Don't talk to any woman at all. First, let's do some basic brain research. Amygdala. The almond-shaped amygdala controls a wide range of feelings, including those of love, fear, rage, and intimate desires. The emotional reaction can be changed by stimulating or removing the amygdala. Aggression is the outcome of electrical activation, while numbness follows surgical removal. Hippocampus. In addition to receiving input from the amygdala, the hippocampus also sends signals there. When a person remembers something with an emotional connection, the hippocampus, one of the brain's memory processing centers, communicates with the amygdala. Emotional reactions to traumatic memories can be explained by the link between the hippocampus and the amygdala. The limbic system is where our feelings are generated, enhancing our perceptual experiences. The limbic system adds taste, touch, sight, and pleasure, and pain feelings to it. These are the brain's lower regions, and when they're the only ones active, a person goes crazy, desiring things based on how they look alone. The cortex is the part of the brain that controls the lower parts of the brain and is also responsible for intelligence and analytical thought. Erotomania, hyperorality, and docility are just some of the symptoms of Clover-Busy syndrome, disorder caused by a loss of higher control in the brain. While a newborn will relieve themselves anytime they feel the need, an adult will hold it because they have learned what is and is not acceptable social behavior. How do you develop your emotional fortitude? Now you know, the most crucial thing is to train your cortex or frontal lobe of the brain. Most of the time we fall in love when we give in to our own feelings or the way someone looks, which is hardwired into the limbic system. Discipline and contemplation are the keys to success here. The size of the limbic system can be decreased through meditation. How can practicing mindfulness alter the neural circuits of the mind? You'll have more control over desires like lust, rage, despair, fear, and joy. Going forward, keep in mind the impetus behind your inquiry. If you're considering this step, you likely don't want to have to learn everything from scratch again. It's also worth noting that the society we live in is rife with hyper-edited images of models for a variety of reasons. They are messing with our minds by making the modified photo look nothing like the original. Makeup is used to both conceal and enhance one's appearance. It's important to retrain your brain to recognize that the images of women you see online are just that, images. Think critically about everything we see in the media and try to discern the truth behind the illusions. Many people let their lower centers, including lust, wrath, fear, and anxiety, take over because they are mechanized and take up a lot of space. A lust-clouded mind will find a reason to accept these fabrications as truth. I'd like to add that adult content provides an experience that can't be had in the real world, novelty. If you're already thirsty, shedding salt water won't help. Like a fire, lust may be stoked and become stronger with repeated exposure. Keep your interactions with women to a bare minimum. Avoid flirting when trying to impress anyone, but don't shut out the world either. Involvement with both males and females in daily life is required, but should be kept to a minimum. That beautiful or attractive woman isn't interested in them and wouldn't dream of staring. Being in a relationship often requires compromising one's values, and this is especially true for boys. Improve your fitness level and self-respect. Once you've learned to rein in your libido, you'll find that you have an abundance of vitality. Invest this in something productive like a workout, strength training, schoolwork, or other worthwhile activity.